Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. I am Gamba, and we are here with some Blood Bowl action. Let me tell you what, this is gonna be an exciting one. I got my bag of popcorn. Ho ho! And, we got some Elven grass, which makes it look nice. This matchup is super important. It is High Sales versus Elven Fantasy. Elven Fantasy's got probably one of the meanest looking elf teams in Division 1 of the Gman, while High Sales is one of the craziest coaches for elf teams in our league. Both play very differently. One's super aggressive, the other one's a little more methodical and kind of plans out his moves. And I don't mean that to disrespect to the High Sales coach. I mean it more as in there's a lot more screening involved, I think, that I've seen with the other coach. Now that guy's going to think I'm a dick. Damn. We were going to be best friends. But this match is going to be great. I have popcorn. There's a goblin on the field. The grass is bluish-green. It's wunderbar. Let's see what happens. Either one of these teams that takes the W, it is going to greatly affect. We are now in Week 5 going into Week 6, meaning we are about halfway done. So it isn't quite anyone's game anymore. Some of these teams are starting to run away with some wins. And these two teams are both front runners for playoffs. So a loss or win can really push things either way. So if we take a quick look, bam, 3 of those things, bam, 3 of those things, and a bribe, ooh la la. We got a tree man who's all like, what? And he's got a special skill. What'd you get, tree man? He's got grab, so he's gonna be like, hey, stay here with me, I'm a tree. I don't think we've talked about the tree man in a while. If we take a quick look at everything else we got a war dancer that's ridiculous with some strip ball action. I'm not sure how well it's going to play out. I think we got some sure hands. We have another one that's got tackle, which is great because there's a lot of dodge. I think both of them have tackle. Yes, they do, which is going to come in handy. We got a block sprinter, catcher with some sidestep, which is amazing sauce. We got a thrower with throw, which is bone stuck. We got a sprinter, bone stocking, catching thing. We got some wrestle and some dodging. We got some wrestle, dodge, fend, which is great to put on the line. We got some nothing, and yeah, we got some kick and block. On the other team, which we've just recently seen, we have a brand new lineman. We have awesome sauce. We got blodge sidestep, which is just so annoying, but so great. We got some more blodge sidestep tackle, even more annoyinger and greater. We got some fend dodge, great, some line fodder. We got some guard on a line elf team with a little bit of a niggle, which kind of sucks for him because he may eventually bite the bull, and by eventually I mean it's almost guaranteed you will die. But then again, who doesn't die in Blood Bowl? That's Blood Bowl. We got some dodge, block, sidestep on a catcher, some wrestle, and some dodge, and we got some guard, awesome, some more guard pieces. So it's just a brutal team. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore because it's gonna like upset people at home who have elf teams, and they're like, wait, why isn't my team that crazy awesome? And I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. Ask Walkerthon how he did that. Be like, hey, how you do these things? And he will be like, you know, it's what I do. I'm a boss. So. It looks like Walkerthon's only got the 11 on the field, where Vanetchar, I know I butcher your name every time, I'm so sorry, but I love you, has a reserve, which will help due to the armor value difference. Getting some early blocks, trying to clear the field. Smart move, smart move. Going after war dancers, also a smart move. One of my favorite starting positions for the high elves. I love doing that bow starting position. It's such a good position. great all-arounder when you're not really sure what to do. Good coverage. This is great. So what I've noticed here is the ball hasn't been picked up, and we have some nasty players that can run in there and get the ball. And if Walkerthon did not watch my video, he does not know that this team is crazy. Like, Kamikaze should be the name of this team and coach. This guy pulls just... When I think of elf bullshit, the first thing that comes to mind is high sales. And I mean that with, like, the best of best intent behind it. What row? First reroll burned on turn 1. And a little bit of sidestepping. Interesting setup, not as aggressive as we would normally see from the coach high sales. Playing a little more defensive, but he's still getting some good basing and making sure that next turn he will be able to do some of that. And some other blocking. Whoa! Nice foul! Well played. On a side note, I really like popcorn. It is yummy. Now I really like high elves, not high elves, sorry, high sales strategy with going for that early foul. It makes a whole lot of sense if he can get that strength advantage early on. It's really, really going to come in handy. Since he's probably going to lose some players to attrition. A double 1 there is really, really going to screw up Walkerthon, especially if he can clear a path and just beeline it. Granted, elves on elves. Oh, shoot! Robert Jordan eating the bullet, taking an injury. There goes the apothecary. Oh, and losing some movement allowance. That is harsh. That is really going to hurt him. That was a nicely leveled up blitzer. I do not know if he's going to keep him after that, losing a little bit of movement. That's going to be a tough way with all those skills. Holy injuries, Batman. High Sales is in a beautiful starting position and is getting great injury rolls. This is really going to put the pressure on Walkerthon. I mean, he is now, I believe, 3 players down. And the hits just keep on coming. He is relentless. I love it. This is why I love watching High Sales games. Yes, he is an elf, but he is not afraid to hit. He's not afraid to foul. He plays to his strengths. Let's see what we get for a scatter. This can really make a big difference. Alright, not the best of scatters, but if he can get some coverage on it, he might be able to get it out of his territory. Very smart move. Very smart play. He was under pressure. He gets the ball out of there. He's still in danger. He's not in the greatest place, but he, oh, and that is a shame. But he's gotten the ball out of his end zone, and he's definitely stalled for a little bit of time to kind of reorganize. Nuffle is definitely not on the side of Walkerthon. He definitely did not sacrifice his virgins this morning. I knew this was going to be a great match. I actually normally go through every single match, look at all the scores and statistics. I didn't even do that. I just looked at the teams and was like, this is going to be a great match. I have to click on this match right now. I wasn't even going to do a match today. I was going to go to bed. I was like, you know what? I've stayed up so late every night. Nope. Bedtime. And I was like, nope. This is going to be good. High Sales putting a lot of pressure and fouling every turn. He is relentless. A lot of pressure on the ball carrier. Honestly, I don't know what to do in that situation. He is in a really, really rough spot. Using grab to his fullest ability with that tree. Holy cow. I don't know if he's gonna like try to pass it out of dodge or attempt to do like a 3-die blitz against and run away. But he is in a sticky, sticky situation. I mean, he is multiple players down. And I mean, honestly, I think that's the best move he could have done is just try to go for the dice rolls. And it played us off. Wonderful play for Walkerthon. Unfortunately forced to score an early touchdown, which I know he probably didn't want to do, but got the point up on the board and overcame stacked dice against them. This popcorn is wonderful. So he's got 2 injured still, obviously. See if the KO comes back. That's good, and he's got 1 in reserves that I must have missed, so he's only going to be playing a player down, which is still kind of poopy, especially since he's kicking the ball off now. And High Sales is going to be able to put some more punches in. Depending on how the injuries roll here, if High Sales keeps getting great injury dice, he's probably going to stick around, but otherwise I can foresee a really quick touchdown again. Since he's really not too far in the strength lead. I don't know where he is, but he's got that strength 4 lineman. I didn't see him earlier, and he is just a freaking... There he is. He's just a beast, man. Strength 4, wrestle. Thinks he's got wrestle, but I'm assuming he picked that one up first and then moved to strength 4. But man, oh man. Nice high kick. I'm assuming a catch with a catcher. Oh, it's a thrower. I'm assuming a catch with the thrower. I mean, that's what agility 4 is for. Yeah. There's some wrestling action. Putting the hits on, setting up for scoring position, getting those threats out there. I mean, the wonderful thing about this game, too, is I love elf-on-elf violence. Ugh. It is a beautiful thing. Because you know what happens? No matter what, elves die. And really, what more could you ask for? Alright, keeping it deep, playing it safe. So I think he's actually going to try to stall out and see if he can keep getting some injuries. And, obviously, farm some SPP. Why not, right? And the tree eats some poopy. Well, that is a shame. Plenty of scoring threats, and it looks like I only see 2 blocks that he's got available. So High Sales is in a relatively safe position. For now. Lots of catchers though, so the pass fake could be a little bit of dangerous, especially with a level 1 thrower, no accurate, not accurate, sorry, safe throw. And the wrestle. Alright, he's got a little bit of pressure on him, and no one really in the back end to keep him safe. Unfortunately, the trees decided to just lay there, which is one of the big problems of being a tree. You know, you get knocked down, you kind of like to be in your home environment of grass and treeness. Alright. I think we are going to see a pass coming up here. Yep. Here it goes. Failed interception. Good catch. And there we see 1-1. If there's one thing I can tell you, I guarantee this is going to be a good scoring match. We got two teams that have scary scoring threats. Yeah, you hear that, the popcorn, right? I didn't lie about that. Like, I was really excited when I saw this game. I really was like, you know what? This game needs some popcorn. It's also delicious. Don't judge me. Alright. Beautiful kick. Nice and deep. So far, high sales teams holding out. Ooh, and there goes the first KO on his team. Leveling the scoreboard a little bit for injuries. And there goes the second reroll. Surprised I'm not seeing as many scoring threats out there as I'd like to see. Especially since he doesn't have a whole lot of time to score things up. I mean, he doesn't really have to worry too much about securing the ball. I would move a couple players down there, but it's still a long ways away. Alright, let's see what the high sales coach does. Alright. Blitz avoided for walkathon. Tree barely manages to make his move. And right here we see that famous aggressive play. High sales just doesn't give a crap. He is just going to press that envelope. And also set up some surfing opportunities. I mean, those players are in cover, or have cover up players. Safe throw can really save them on this one. And I mean, that's one of the high elves, you know, wonderful thing is their thrower's awesome. If they had nerves of steel, man, they'd be golden. All right, good throw, good pass. Definitely in scoring range. Definitely in a good place to put him back to where he wants to be. He definitely wants to finish this drive 2-1. Because at least that's exactly where he should have been to begin with, you know? 1 point ahead, going in, kicking it to high sails. Or more like throwing it. And well played. I think this is just going to be a touchdown tournament, almost like a home run derby. It's going to be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. And that is right, Jimmer Bob. They definitely do have time for a touchdown. If there is anything I have seen Vernechar, the coach of high sales, do, is one-turn touchdowns. He's got the players for it. They're leveled up. They are quick. And he knows how to do the setup, which is more than I can say, and that's why I play Bashy teams. Alright, we got a high kick, which is a good start. Dice are definitely rolling solid today for high sales. I have seen a lot of sixes. It is imperative for Walkerthon to stop this drive. High sales going into the next half. Tied puts him at a really good spot to get the 3-1 win, and with the way he's been playing and the way he's been rolling, it's a dangerous spot to be. And there's another KO. Alright, looks like we're going to see a run back to a pass to kind of keep the ball carrier safe. And he's going to wait for some passing opportunities to open up on the next turn since he has it to wait with. Oh! Here we go. We are down to one reroll, but he's only really got one turn left, so he's in a good spot, and the tree decides to take root. But not before giving an injury. Damn. Walkerthon is definitely getting the short end of the stick with these injury rules. Alright, Walkerthon doing a great job of trying to control where he thinks the scoring threats are going, putting them in harder, pardon me, harder dodges, and also trying to take out the other scoring threat by knocking him down. Well played. Good injury rules finally kind of going in Walkerthon's way. That's one less scoring opportunity. We're going to probably see him gang around the other War Dancer. Yep. Trying to make it harder for him to get that touchdown. Alright, I'm interested to see what happens. This is turn 8. This is where it all comes down to. Oops. Oop. Sorry about that, folks. Lost control of the mouse. Sometimes he's a mind of his own. Oh, we see the leap. He's in the end zone. There's the run. There's the going for it. Here's the other going for it. Here goes the pass. Ooh. And no dice. Well played. Good first half. That almost went really poorly. If that would have been a 6, I mean, granted it's a 6, so it's kind of out there in statistics to roll it, but whew. Walkerthon is definitely hurting on the bench side of things, losing that strength advantage. What else going into this drive with a full team? They definitely, I believe they are going to use that strength advantage and probably keep piling on the hurt. Knowing this coach, there is probably no remorse. He still has a bribe. He is probably going to just keep piling as many hits into them as he can. Especially knowing that there will probably be a grudge match to follow in the playoffs. As much damage as he can inflict will better suit him when he gets to that grudge match, because Walkerthon will remember. Because in this instance, Walkerthon is not like Honey Badger. He does give a shit. Changing his tactics, smart move, trying to set up and actually cover the flanks a little more, noticing that our Wood Elf team plays super aggressive on that passing lane. Alright, Riot. Both teams losing a turn. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I can kind of see this going already one of two ways. I'm thinking it's going to be either a real quick score and try to force a turnover for another score, or he might try to stall out. He's been doing really well on his injury rolls. Let's see if he can soften him up, then do a score and try to get a real quick turnover in the second drive. The second, the latter of the two is a little more risky. But I mean, if I saw him get like an injury here on this turn or the next, I mean, I can maybe see it happening. He's already getting his players out in scoring position like he likes to do, and it works well for him. Freaking generating SPP on these vanity passes galore. And there it comes. The hits just keep on coming, and there is a KO. Just relentless. I love it, man. I don't see dwarf teams fouling this much. Oh, and there goes the bribe. Oh, that might be the end of the fouling streak there, boys. But a good one it was at that. Alright. Walkerthon knowing that he needs to put pressure on that ball carrier and try to get a turnover. But at the same time also needing to make sure that, you know what, it doesn't even matter. It'd be good if he scores early. So Walkerthon knows if he can put pressure on the ball carrier, he might get a turnover and get a score and really push the balance back in his favor. In my thinking, if I was Walkerthon, the quick score is not a big deal. It gives you a turn to score again, putting you back in the lead. And his team composition is much better for stalling out if he had a couple more players. But even without it, being high elves and leveled high elves at that, he can still bang, 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 dish out touchdowns. So it will be really interesting to see what they do. I mean, putting one player on that that dodge catcher isn't going to do a thing. He's just going to run right around him. Oh, freeing up the other catcher for some more scoring threats. he is really taking advantage of the fact that he has the numbers game and can just kind of put pressure on them and hold them where they are. But he opts to go and score again early, it looks like. Racking up the SPP. And that is just nuts. We are now at a 2-2 game. And plenty of turns. This can go either way. This is super exciting. Granted, I don't think Walkerthon can keep eating these dice that he is being thrown for injuries. To be blatantly honest, this is the complete opposite I thought I was going to go for the injury rules. Luckily, he gets one of the knockouts back, making it not so bad. But high sales are still playing at a full roster. Now, granted, I know I've been making it sound like Walkerthon's at a bad spot with the bench wise. He really isn't. For most coaches who are familiar with coaching elves of any kind, 8, 7, 6, even 5 elves with a developed team, if they are 5 positionals, are still a scoring threat. It can still run through tackle zones, sometimes like they don't even exist. Defending's going to be a little harder, but luckily it's elves versus elves, and high sales is not one to, as we can see so far, stall out. He wants to score. He wants to score often. Extra reroll going to Elven Fantasy never hurts to have. Alright. I'm gonna see, we're definitely gonna see catcher running up that way as a nice little scoring threat. Oh, maybe not. Solid handoff. Oh, yeah, there we go. Playing the running game, keeping the ball on the ground. Good sideline cage going on. Walkerthon in a very safe, solid position. That is got a little bit of a screen / cage going on, and he's got a clear shot to the end to just kind of drive up. I cannot stress that the coach of High Sales has been doing a very good job of really optimizing the fact that he is up players. I know, granted, a lot of it is due to the fact he's gotten really good dice, but making the best use of your players afterwards is a big deal, and a beautiful surf. Oh no, sidestep. Alright, so the ball goes down, and a bad spread for Walkerthon. We are about to see a good old-fashioned punch-out. And by punch-out, I mean a 1. And now a punch-out. And by punch-out, I mean pick up and throw it to someone else. Man, elves are crazy. Alright, and you see it here. Here's the elf BS coming into play. Tackle doing a thing. Good use of the reroll. Unfortunately, no dice on the knockdown. Oh man. That was almost really crazy. And unfortunately, he is knocked out. I'm not sure if that was a misclick, but he was just beelining it through those tackle zones. I'm interested to see what he's doing here. War Dancer is in a little bit of danger. I mean, granted, I believe it's a two red dice against, but still get a pow pow. All right, there we go. We're seeing a little bit of help coming to get a block. Tree going to help tie up some players. Alright, good push. Granted, it's Elves, so it's not like you can't dodge around to do it again. Like I said before, good push, but it's Elves. It's not like you can't just back up and rotate around. Alright, going for the block, getting a push. That is not what he quite wanted. Trying to shift some players around. Here we go for the dodge, and for the one die. And a push. Reroll to a both down. And a wrestle, there we go. And unfortunately unable to pick up the ball. That is a shame. I mean, need to give kudos where kudos are due. Walkathon is definitely playing out of his pants, doing everything he can to stop this touchdown. I mean, he's got a tough drive ahead of him still, but he is doing a great job trying to slow down the play and stop this touchdown from happening. Especially since he is down so many players, and he's really only got 4 players around the ball that can do something. Alright, are we going to see the touchdown? Or is he going to decide to stall? And he goes for it. We are now at a 3-2 game. Bam! Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. This is a beautiful thing. This is also good news for Walkathon. Even though it wasn't the best drive, he can still play for a draw. It's going to be a hard touchdown to pull off, but he just got one of his catchers back. That's going to greatly help. And I believe he's got 3 turns to do so. Yeah, 3 turns, 2 rerolls, so he's not in the worst of positions. Some armor breaks on these first couple rolls would be really helpful for him. Oh man. Both teams is getting a bribe. That may let Walkathon get at least a salty turn 16 foul in. And a nice stun, that will definitely help out. Alright. Got the pickup. in position, seeing the handoff. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Snake Eyes to a knockout. Walkerthon is just really having a rough time on these dice. I feel for him, man. Golly gee willikers. It's bad enough that Walkerthon's having a hard time on these dice. High Sales is having like the injury rolls of a lifetime. Alright, loose ball. And if that tree goes by the ball... Oh, good. You can't quite get there. But Walkerthon is definitely in a pickle. Goes for the pickup, burns a reroll. Gets it. Gonna see the dodge. And a pass. No interception. Whew, man. Catcher in a dangerous spot. In some dangerous scoring position. Needs a good block. Goes for the reroll. Gets the wrestle. I mean, at least he could free the ball up. It's not in scoring danger anymore. Playing it smart, keeping the scoring position open. He still has a chance. Recovers the ball. Runs it, runs it. We're going to see a pass. Yep. Solid throw. Oh man, this is tight. Get some coverage on the ball. He has a chance to come back. This is it right here. This next drive is the drive that is going to determine the mice from the men. Unfortunately, gets a bad roll, and he's able to bring some more friends to help him out. From the looks at it, High Sales is going to be able to put the assist on and take away the tackle zone. So it looks like he might get a 2 dice. I think he's going to try to jump the War Dancer over and go for a blitz. And by jump, I mean just casually walk around. Ooh. As long as he's not injured. Oh, unfortunately he recovers the ball. That's a shame. But it doesn't look like he's moving, so he's going to have a... That's a shame. I'm not sure if he's going to have the movement to make the blitz try to recover and go for a touchdown. Alright, so we're going to see some last minute blocks, and that's going to be the end of High Sales team, or turn. Stacking it up, making it harder for the blitz. Man, this has been a nail biter. It's been such a close game. You gotta hand it to both coaches. Both coaches played an excellent game. But these dice rolls are really, really just not going well for him. Oh my goodness. Nuffle has failed you, my friend. Nuffle, I don't know what you did to Nuffle, but he is pissed. Like straight pissed. Brilliant match. Things did go well for High Sales, but you know, he also played to it as well. I'm not gonna say that Walkerthon did not get dice, because he definitely did. The dice, that was so many ones, so many injury rolls. That was a rough match for him. But I'm not going to say also that High Sales didn't deserve it, because he also played out of his pants as well, making a lot of really good aggressive plays, forcing Walkerthon to keep on rolling dice and keep on rolling dice. But, I mean, 11 armor breaks. Let's take a quick look at the statistics. 44 blocks to 11 armor breaks, 3 KOs, 2 injuries. Granted, he also did play the real heavy fouling game, which paid off. Dominated ball possession, had a great passing game. Yeah, pretty much enough said. That is the SPP spread right there. That is bonkers. Also a good SPP spread over here as well, but I mean 5, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 2. He's gonna have level ups galore. I mean, let's go take a look. I'm actually gonna jump over to his team. Let's see if we can do that. I know we don't do this, but I'm kind of interested to see where they both stand. So we're gonna close this bad boy out. We're gonna go look over at the teams. We are going to have a quick brain fart. There we go. We're gonna find him. Yeah, look at that spike in team value. I'm not 100% sure who got leveled up, but I guarantee you someone had to have gotten leveled up with that much SPP. But beautiful team to look at. Let's go take a jump back and let's see Elven Fantasy. A little bit of a dip. Obviously, he's got the player missing next game. And by missing next game, I mean he got fired. Totally 86th him, and he's got a fresh blitzer. That is a shame. That blitzer was really looking nice, and that's really going to hurt having to sack him. We can start to see that we got some rookie players, but still a very strong team indeed. Alright, guys. Well, that was a Week 5 brilliant game. I'm going to get this posted up so you can all watch it and be like, oh man, that was awesome! Because that's what I said. And, you guys all have a good night. I'll see you on the flippity flop.